Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get started since it's about 12:15. And I'm glad you're here. Thank you for coming. There's another function going on here as soon as I finish. But my name is Polenta R. Forrest. I'm the author of Angels Passing Through. And the music you hear in the background that I'm going to turn down is my music CD that I also wrote, the musical soundtrack. And I have some notes here so I can get through everything. But let's see, I wrote my first unpublished book when I was at the age of 13. And usually before each book signing, it's kind of like my good luck, so I'll hold that book and I'll say a little prayer, before I get started. But these stories are about people who are overwhelmed just with your general life struggles. They've gone through suicide, drug and alcohol addiction, funerals, losing a loved one, and so on and so forth. So the people in my stories, they are extremely disgruntled with God. They either don't believe or they used to believe, and now they're kind of questioning their relationship about what's happening. So these people, they start to have angelic experiences. They start to see ghosts, dead loved ones, things like that. And they start questioning, is God real? Does God even exist? And if so, why is the world the way it is today? Why is there so much suffering and the whole 9 yards? So through these experiences, they turn their lives over to God, and they start being a testimony to to other people. So I think of course I wrote it, so I think the stories are pretty cool, pretty creative, But I am a big dreamer. Most people that you talk to, they'll say that they don't dream or they don't remember their dreams, but everybody dreams. Most people dream maybe 14 lifetimes, during the night. But when they wake up, they either slept terrible and they're like, well, I didn't dream about anything. Well, if you don't dream, you die, because your brain has to shut down into a different realm, and you have, and you have that REM sleep. When you see people with their eyes closed, their eyes are going back and forth, they're dreaming. They might be running from something. They might be running to something. You just don't know. But I also listen to this radio station called Coast to Coast AM. I don't know if anybody has heard about that with George Norrie, but it's all about, it's real news, the paranormal, and the whole 9 yards. But I am a person that remembers all of my dreams. Lots of times I wake up in the morning and I'm exhausted because I was sleeping here, but I wasn't sleeping over there. You need to be resting in both places. So, I talk to a lot of people in my sleep. I've seen relatives, and, I believe that the dream world is real. It's not real in this place, but it is real elsewhere. Because, how can you explain, you just took a 5-minute cat nap and you woke up and you can tell me an hour of where you've been and what you did. So there's that weird time fluctuation there. But yes, I dream in color, sight, taste, scent. People tell me their names. I can wake up and tell you that he was wearing a yellow shirt and he had this color hair or whatnot. I don't know if anybody's familiar with, there was a show that came on several years ago called Flash Forward, and everybody just stopped. Everybody was frozen for maybe a minute, and during that minute, everybody was connected with everybody in the whole entire world, and people started having dreams and visions and things like that. So, of course, I'm not trying to say that I'm a medium or anything, but I do have these experiences, and I believe that all good things come from one place, and that's the Father in heaven. So these stories, they're great. The books are $10, the CDs are $5, and if you would like to purchase a copy, you're more than welcome. But nobody that's here is actually purchased, so it's like, well, do you have a question? Do you have a question? Maybe you have questions.
I have purchased the book and the CD.
Yes. So it's Angels Passing Through. I think you will fall in love with these characters. I guess I'll go in and tell you a little bit about each story. There are five short stories, and as you can see, the back is me and my partner, which is my dog, my partner in crime. The little decal here on the back, I custom made myself. This is my trademark. The P is for Polenta, the last name is for Forrest. The wings are of an angel. The 3 crosses are where Jesus Christ was crucified. And then, the flames and the trident is the strength that is carrying it up to heaven. So, people say when prayers go up, blessings come down. But the first story is actually angels passing through, and that is about a young woman that has suffered grief. She's buried the three most people important to her. You know, she's lost her mother, her best friend, so on and so forth, and all she has to lean on is her dogs. And she decides that she is going to commit suicide and not tell anybody. She left her cell phone, just got in the car, and went driving with her dogs. And she figured, you know, I'm tired of this place. Nobody understands. Nobody's going to miss me. Well, she gets lost and falls asleep in a park, and that's where she starts seeing her dead relatives and her cousins, and she gets scolded by God because God says, look, you are mine. You don't have any right to sell your soul and all this nonsense that you see in the movies. And a movie can never tell you the truth about the Bible. You know, they always make Gabriel out to be the bad angel, and, you know, Michael's the archangel and all this kind of stuff. So she gets to meet them and talks to all of them and gets her life straightened out. The second story is the fundraiser. And it's about a mother and daughter team, and the daughter has gone through drug addiction, being in the mob, saw her boyfriend killed and stuff like that, and the mother is trying to help her to turn her life around. But what she doesn't realize is when her and her mother get taken out of their bodies and they have a near-death experience, that the angel is showing the daughter this life of destruction and grief and crime and the whole 9 yards. And she's angry at the angel, and she swears at the angel, and she says, how dare you, you're showing me this? You know, my mom didn't even rub it in my face like a puppy messing on the carpet. And as the lady looks up and walks away, she sees this actually her mother. So her mother was always so understanding about her life and her trials and tribulations because she went through the exact same thing. So if somebody is to tell you that you cannot turn your life around, don't believe them, because no matter how mean or nasty somebody is in, you have a choice. And you can choose to make a change and do good things, you know, and be good. And the final story that I wrote is called Charlie's Journey, and I'll stop with that. It's actually a story about a mallard duck that ended up in my backyard, under my fence. It was probably maybe a day old. There's no water or rivers or anywhere where I live, no ducks or nothing. So I took that as a gift from God. So I took this duck in. I turned my my second bathroom in my house into a house for the duck. It had bricks in the tub, live plants, and the whole 9 yards. So I took care of Charlie, is what I named him. I took care of Charlie for about a month, and you will not believe how fast those suckers grow. I mean, he went from 70 grams to like 450 grams within a month. And I took him back to the wildlife shelter and turned him in. But Charlie actually turned out to be a girl. So all this time we thought Charlie was a boy, but Charlie was a girl. So, you know, the fictional part is, you know, the duck comes back every year on April 26th, and she still knows how to get in the house and the whole 9 yards. And you know, they come and visit the dog and everything. I actually have a video on YouTube called Save My Dying Heart, and you can actually see the real duck in the tub swimming around, and he used to ride on my dog's back around the house. He'd come out of the bathroom, and he'd walk down, and he would look around, and, you know, he'd squawk and yell, and the dog would lay down, and the duck would just climb up on his back, and she would just walk him around the house. So, you know, so that's another story that's in here. But like I said, they're 5 short stories. They're extremely, extremely positive. You know, I don't know if any of you are a dreamer. Have you ever remembered one of your dreams or had a premonition? You have? Did anybody tell you that you were crazy or you were nuts and that you know, because people usually, when you start telling people, hey, I saw my grandmother and I didn't have my seatbelt on in my car, I would have went through the windshield, but, you know, I had this long scar across my body and I didn't have my seatbelt, but my grandmother did it. And the first thing people will tell you is that either you're crazy, have you taken your medication, or you're drunk or you're high, you know. But I'm telling you for a fact, I know for a fact that angels are real and the Father in heaven is real. Because my life has been spared and I've been saved through all kinds of stuff. And my wonderful mother here has gone through everything with me. So if you'd like to purchase a book, it's $10. The CDs are $5, and you won't be disappointed. You know, they're very good stories. So I appreciate you coming, and I hope you have a great rest of the weekend.
They make wonderful gifts. Pass it on. Wonderful gifts.
One thing.